Lincoln Donner, escorted by April and Connor Mills. Izzy Formola, escorted by Kristen and Brian Formola. Mateo Galvez, escorted by Lady and Eric Wiesa. Sam Gentile, escorted by Jeff Gentile, Teresa Gentile, Laura Gentile, and Jeremy Gashlow. Samson Hateman, escorted by Tim and Allison Hateman. Jalen Hughes, escorted by Jim and Vicky Hughes. Elliot Ichkowski, escorted by Kim and Mark Ichkowski. Lily Clovis will walk with dance tonight. Evelyn Krushka, escorted by Jared and Jessica Krushka. Hannah Lentz, escorted by Greg and Amy Lentz. Kanan Leese, escorted by Dan and Erica Leese. Asher Lewandowski, escorted by Betsy Lewandowski. Haley Lippish, escorted by Heather Kamens and Jeremy Lippish. Henry Marima, escorted by Melissa and Dustin Marima. Austin McLean, escorted by John and Kristen McLean. Navin Noreen, escorted by Ted and Yvonne Noreen. Keegan Patterson, escorted by Pat and Melissa Patterson. Andy Pennell, escorted by Rob and Michelle Pennell. Lachlan Peterson, escorted by Patrick and Angie Peterson. Nia Petropoulos, escorted by Janae and George Petropoulos. Edward Pod, escorted by Connie and Stephen Pod. Tim Shannon, escorted by Carrie and Dominic Shannon. Brooke Shelley, escorted by Blair and Nick Barrage. Logan Chappelle, escorted by Scott and Diane Chappelle. Ethan Sibilla walks with football tonight. Patrick Stewart, escorted by Kelly Riley Stewart and Tim Stewart. Jordan Stubblefield, escorted by Brandon and Julie Stubblefield. Alex TeShafer, escorted by Rick and Shanna TeShafer. Reese Van Handel, escorted by Tim Van Handel. Maggie Waldock, escorted by Paula and Andy Waldock. Mallory Weiss, escorted by Trisha and Ken Weiss. Delaney Wolf walked with cheerleading tonight. And finally, Claire Zinecki, escorted by Michael and Kat Zinecki. Please help me thank all those amazing seniors and their families. Finally, we'd like to recognize the parents of non-senior dance team members in attendance tonight. Please stand. Let's give them a round of applause and thank you. Now here are the senior dance team members and parent escorts. Addison Ansley, escorted by her parents Matt and Christy. Kaylee Antheline, escorted by with her parents Bob and Diana. Maisie Braun, escorted by her parents James and Amy. Jess Horner, escorted by her parents Mark and Leanne. Isabella Jake, escorted by her parents Dave and Marissa. Lily Clovis, escorted by her parents Bob and Janelle. Nora Stakoviak, escorted by her parents Jim and Amy. And Allie Welts, escorted by her mom, Kelly. Let's have a big round of applause for our senior dance team members and parents. Thank you so much.
Touchdown, Franklin. Dragged down, nice tackle made. Into the end zone, touchdown. Throwing.
Oh, no!
Oh, yes! From Muskego High School, welcome to the Thursday Night Throwdown tonight. A Week 7 matchup in the Classic 8 featuring the Kettle Moraine Lasers taking on the Muskego Warriors. And greetings, everybody. Bob Brainerd, along with my partner. Of course, it's the Hall of Fame coach here, Dan Brunner. Dan, unfortunately, the theme of this matchup is walking wounded. Both teams are missing key players, key playmakers tonight.
Yep.
But as they say, next man up, right? And for Kettle Moraine, they've got a player, I call him Inspector Gadget, because he can fill the role of 2, 3, 4 players, right?
Yeah, T. Kowalski, I call him a Swiss Army knife. He does it all. I mean, wildcat quarterback, running back, wide receiver, kicker, punter. As you said, Bob, he can do it all. He makes up for a lot of those wounded Warriors.
The missing pieces for Muskego, it's been devastating. A lot of their offensive players in this wing T out of action, but they've been keeping games close and winning games, Dan, because of the defense. They've got a pair that are special over there.
You know, their defensive ends, Nick McCullough and Liam Shaw, 90 and 91, you can't tell them apart. They are true bookend defensive ends, and that's been the strength of that Muskego team, period, is their defense, and it all starts with those bookends.
A Week 7 matchup, these teams trying to survive in the Classic 8. We've got the kickoff coming your way next.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
All set for kickoff here in Muskego on a beautiful night for football. It's Week 7. Tonight's kickoff brought to you by Muskego Gridiron Club. Check out the Warrior Fest fundraiser. It's going on this Saturday night at Maddie's Bar and Grill in Muskego. Warriors are in the black with the red and white trim, head to toe. There's Ken Krause, the head coach here for a long time. His 17th season here at Muskego, 28th overall. Danny told us before the game, though, in his 28 seasons, he's never had this many kids dinged up.
No, it was so fun. It wasn't funny, but it was just very awkward seeing all those guys on the sideline, either in a walking boot or on crutches or, in sweatsuits. They've lost, he told me, up to 10 starters from the beginning of the season are out.
This is Gabe Walden to boot it deep for KM. Karan Walker, Charlie Dunham, Nolan Roll are all deep. Important game for playoff implications. It's Week 7, getting late in the Classic 8. So both teams itching to get an important W. This will be Walker at the 5. And Karan goes into the pile and gets laid up. Like a rodeo takedown for the tackle. Mason Sahin, I think he was in there. Yeah, Sahin with the tackle.
Yeah, and Xavier Witkowski was in on that too, number 6.
All right, laser offense. Under head coach and the OC, Matt McDonald, in his 6th season, also calls the plays in this single wing, but they'll do some 5 wide as well, Dan, and spread it out.
Yeah, and they'll run some wildcat, as we said in the open, with T. Kowalski.
Caden Jersey is the quarterback, the junior, first-year starter for KM this year with an empty backfield. Going to call his own number and runs right into the pile close to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and he's running right into Nathan McKinnon, their nose guard. And again, the strength of the Muskego Warrior team is the defense, in particular that front 3.
Speaking of fronts, Kettle Moraine has a big body. You can't miss him. 77, the right tackle. Braden Thompson, he's the bell cow. There he is, 6'8", 320, a Colorado State commit.
Yeah.
And they'll run behind 77 a lot tonight.
Yeah, as they should.
Second down and 8 for the Lasers. Jersey looking to throw. Finds a man open at the 30-yard line. Catch was made there by Ben Bester, the senior. Found a little bubble and then sat down, Dan, to make the catch.
Yeah, you'll see on the replay, he just sits down right in the open area. And ball's delivered right on time. Muskego covers up quickly, but not before he moves the chains.
Bester, a two-way player for KM. Really good basketball player as well. That gives the Lasers a first down. It's a Weiss Meats first down. Check them out, Weiss Meat Company, co.com. Happy to have those folks aboard tonight. First and 10 Lasers at the 32. Fake it, toss it. There's Kowalski over the middle. A little catch and carry to the 40 for a nice gain on first down. Pickup of 8.
Yeah, Muskego's so tough to run on, you know, and again, KM just hits the open area. Great ball fake.
Faked our camera guys out, which doesn't happen often. We got veterans behind the lens for you. But a nice toss over the middle to Kowalski nets them 8 yards, brings up second down and 2. Man in motion, Jersey tosses.
Whoa.
And the ball's loose, and Muskego's going to get a touchdown. They get the scoop and score indeed. Thomas Gover is there, taking it to the house.
Boy, I'll tell you, no surprise that it's a defensive touchdown for Muskego for their first points. You can see on the replay here, it's just a bobbled exchange. Receiver couldn't find the ball, but no problem for Thomas Gover.
Kai Rigo was the man in motion, Dan.
Yeah.
They tried to toss it to, and that connection never happened cleanly.
No.
And Muskego will take it and get on the board first. Walden out there now to try the PAT and make it a lightning quick 7-0 before their offense even takes the field. Low snap, but got it away and banged it through. 7-0, home team.
We see in the replay here again, that's a tough exchange right there. Rigo going in motion, almost running full speed at the time.
Go over right there. Johnny on the spot. And Rigo, well, you could almost see that play developing, Dan, as Rigo was coming down. It's like, okay,
yeah,
it's going to be throw it into the bread basket, see if he can get to the edge.
You know, and it almost would have been better with just a clean handoff. You know, instead of that little toss. I mean, that's a tough exchange.
Another kickoff by the men in black, brought to you by the Muskego Gridiron Club. Warrior Fest fundraiser Saturday night at Maddie's Bar and Grill in Muskego. So we're going to do this again. Walker, Dunham, and roll deep for the Walden kick. And a tough pill for KM to swallow because their offense was moving. They were settling in nicely, and then that mistake was huge. Tracking it and bobbling it. But coming up with it, roll almost escaped.
Man.
Yeah, he's frustrated. He saw a seam for a moment, but got tripped up.
Yeah, you can see right here, bobbled it, picked it up. All of a sudden he breaks through, and it looks like he's going to go.
Yeah, he thought so too. Tripped up at the 22. So Jersey in the offense will try it again here. Rigo, who fumbled that football on the exchange, Dan, he's a first-year starter. He's a senior, but he's replacing a really good one, Dylan Ports.
Oh, man, Dylan Ports, all conference caliber running back.
blew out his Achilles, and they don't have number 0. They do have this guy, though, Kowalski, who navigates his way close to a first down. In fact, they're going to give it to him. Pickup of 10.
Yeah, and if you're KM, I mean, you'll see right here, it's just a nice little tunnel screen, gets the ball, gets good blocking from all the guys out there, moves the chains, and if you're KM, you just got to flush that botched exchange and get back to what was working in that first drive.
Another Weiss meets first down for the Lasers. Kowalski's right now just the best player on the KM offense, and they know that, and they try to find many different looks and different ways to get him the football. 1st and 10 here, right on cue. Little sideline toss there, and then Kowalski carries his way to the 36.
You know, again, they don't have ports, so this is their big play guy. Get him the ball in space and picks up an easy 4 or 5 yards on first down.
You know, we were talking to Mac, Coach McDonald, and he said he's kind of a poor man's Nolan Shop. If you remember Nolan Shop from the state championship team when Kettle Moraine won it all in 2022, that's what Kowalski is.
Yeah, that Nolan Shop is special, playing up at Michigan Tech now. But Teague Kowalski is a big play guy for them.
2nd down and 6. This time, they get the exchange off, and it looked like a loss, and for some reason, Rigo was able to squirm his way probably back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even gain a yard.
Yeah, and when you look here, this is what they were trying to do that on that fumble, but again, instead of a 6-yard loss, maybe got a yard gain.
Rigo is, well, good things come in small packages, right? He's not very big, but he is shifty, he's speedy, and he's strong. He runs low to the ground.
Yeah, and you could see his strength there, breaking the couple of tackles that would have dropped him for a loss.
Empty backfield here for the Lasers on 3rd down and 5. High snap for Jersey. Sideline toss, catch and carry, first down, Kettle Moraine. So a little outlet toss there to Jake Spellman, the senior tight end, Dan.
Yeah, here we go. Get the ball to your players out in space, make Muskego cover the entire field. And if you recognize that name from a few years ago, that's that outstanding quarterback that KM had.
Yeah, Chase
Spellman, all-state quarterback.
His older brother. Another Weiss meets first down at the 46 is Kettle Moraine. Go to the ground, and Muskego not having it. Back to the line of scrimmage and the carry by Spellman.
Yeah, trying to keep them honest, you know, just to keep those guys inside, but 90, 91, and 65 are some tough dudes to run against.
No gain, so 2nd down and 10. Ball just scraped past the 45-yard line of Kettle Moraine. Empty again here for Jersey. Fires a strike into Muskego territory at the 40-yard line. That's Grayson Lurich.
Again, spreading the defense out, find the open pockets. KM's doing a nice job. Caden Jersey's been right on the money with most of those deliveries.
Grayson Lurich, Dan, you can't miss this target. 6'8", 210. He's
Man.
Look at him.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of receiver. Gets him down to the 40-yard line of Muskego. The whistle's going to blow this play dead before it happens. Pat Gill, longtime veteran official in the area. He and his crew work in this Classic 8 contest. Somebody lining up offsides before the snap will cost them 5.
Yeah, and you'll see them, these wide open offenses with, you know, sometimes 5 wide. One guy covers up the other or lines up over the ball.
Matt McDonald pacing the sidelines over there, calling the plays. Coach Mack. So it's 1st and 15 now. Jersey thought about running. There's Kowalski again, trying to get some of that penalty yards back, but Muskego there to gang tackle him at the 41. 15's going to get a lot of balls, Dan.
Yeah, he is. You can see right here. I mean, you're getting good rally to the ball. Jake Cardelis, Cole Reed, Brady Ornacki, and Talon Zarniak in that secondary. They're going to be busy all night long.
2nd and 11. Again, empty. They spread them out 5 wide to the Lasers. Jersey in the pocket, throws and intercepted. That's Thomas Gover again,
Yeah,
Dan.
Thomas Gover's got himself 2 turnovers already.
The scoop and score, and now the INT thrown by Jersey. Just his 2nd pick of the year, Dan.
Yeah, no, look at this. I mean, he just, ball hawks, makes a diving catch, gets underneath the ball. 2-year starter at outside linebacker.
So again, this is a recording. KM, the offense, starting to move the football, and then a turnover kills the drive. So here's the Muskego offense, led by their sophomore quarterback, Joey Shaw. And it's the wing T bunched in tight as per usual here at Muskego. It's assignment football, folks. You got to see who's got the football. You got to see who's got the football. Jason Nemec had the football there on the first carry of the night by the offense.
Yeah, follow the guards. Here they go. Kick out, lead up. Nemec does a great job. Very shifty runner. He's also a good return man for them.
Weiss meets first down. First of the night for the Warriors. KM territory after that carry to the 48. Little quick draw.
Oh,
Leto. Nick Leto.
Oh.
One high step away from taking that one in. The senior fullback, Dan, with a nice carry.
Yeah, nice job here. Again, following his lineman, Leto moved to fullback. Normal position, more comfortable at would be the wing back or running back. But because of the injury to Jack Labish, he's now their fullback.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Boy, they are just gouging the Lasers up front.
Yeah.
That was Nemec again. It's one thing, Dan, we talked to Coach Mack earlier in the week and said one way to keep the Muskego offense off the field is keep ours on it. Well, they started, but then self-inflicted wounds twice. 2nd and 2 here. Body shifting. Cutting back. Getting in. And they're going to mark him short at the 1 yard line. Loreno that time on the carry. There's a flag, I believe. No, there was no flag.
No.
There was some movement up front, but Loreno just kept.
Yeah. Did a nice job following his blockers. He really did. You know, he had a little slip there, but kept his balance and almost took it in.
Knee went down at the 1, so it's 1st and goal for Muskego. And now it's a touchdown, blasting in. Nick Leto for the score. And the Warriors have come out to play on this Thursday night.
Yeah, you can see going off that right side, everybody getting the hat on a guy. Blasts his way in there, right behind Parker Morawski, Jacob Stark, and Ryan Bungie, the center.
Walden for the PAT. There was a flag through all the celebration going on. They're going to, it was after the touchdown run, so they're going to assess it on the kickoff. Everybody was watching the happy, happy, joy, joy. As Muskego goes up 2 scores here in the first quarter. And we got whistles again. Pat Gill's going to find out the reason.
The other ball misspotted.
All right, back at it. Nice shot in the background of the brand spanking new
Yeah.
indoor facility.
Oh, yeah.
It's a monster. It's a beaut, Clark. Walden knocks it through again. And to look at how this drive ended, Dan, that it's
Yeah.
not sexy here. That's
No.
only a yard, but the runs prior, they were special. They found some holes and the backs hit them. And after the 2 turnovers, it's a 2-score lead for Muskego. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Pace Electric. For any electrical need you have, pick up the phone. They will pick up the pace. As great as these teams are tonight, the Pace Electric team handles jobs of every size. Pace Electric looks forward to serving Wisconsin for another 40 years of business excellence. Pace is proud to support high school sports. Speaking of, John Pearson roaming the sidelines, watching high school sports.
Always supportive. And yes, the Muskego guys, of course, they've got 2 touchdowns on the night, but this is kind of a defensive story here. 2 of the best defensive ends in the state are on the team, including Nick McCullough, who is headed to Harvard to play next year. And you know it's going to be captured very well by the team TikToker, his mother, Debbie, who is trying to understand her through her thick Muskego accent, actually from New Zealand. Let's talk about what senior night means to you and what your son, what he is accomplishing.
Oh my goodness, don't you'll make me cry. Goodness. Senior night to me, well, it means coming together as a community. It means celebrating football and all it brings this community and what it brings our boys too. I've seen my boy Nicholas and his friends grow into mature, wonderful, strong leaders. They've grown confident, they've grown sure of what they want in life. And we're really fortunate that Nicholas took football all the way. He committed to wanting to get a D1 scholarship with a D1 university. He made that goal around age 15, did a 2-year effort on TikTok of all places, and he landed it. So we're really thrilled. He'll be going to Harvard next year as defensive tackle.
All right, and Debbie is the featured TikToker for the program right there. And Bob, as good as you sound, I'm just going to let her go read the phone book if their phone books existed.
Yeah.
Because the accent's just a little more appealing than yours.
Yeah, no, definitely. All I bring to the table is the Wisconsin Yaterhay. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, John. You saw the kickoff was, they assessed that penalty on that kickoff, so it was a short boot for Muskego. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Pop's Kettle Corn.
Oh, yeah.
Proudly owned and operated Wisconsin family tradition. Their brand continues to grow from roots right here in Muskego to wherever you are enjoying a bag. They can't be prouder to welcome you into the Pops family. You can order it online if you're not at the game tonight where they're popping it up fresh. Order at pops.com to get yours ordered today. Had some on the way down, Dan.
Yep.
Still
Yep.
picking out kernels, but
Yeah. And it makes the ride to and from games very pleasant.
yeah. Had the Muskego mix
Yeah.
on the way to
Oh.
Muskego. You see what I did there?
I like that.
So, Kettle Moraine, back to the game plan, Dan.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the Muskego offense off the field, keep yours on it. And they've shown flashes to do that. They just got to hang on to the pigskin.
Yeah, they just can't turn it over. I mean, shown the ability to move the ball, but you can't keep giving Muskego a short field.
And Dan, I mentioned that Caden Jersey, he came into the football game a completion percentage of 70%.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been really good with the football, and only one INT.
Only one INT.
So
yep.
that was number 2, and it was costly because now it's 14-0. 1st and 10 Lasers at the 20. Jersey going to go off that right side. Again, we showed you why Braden Thompson's over there.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that Muskego, look at Liam Shaw and Nick McCullough. I mean, 44 tackles for one, 37 for another, 8 sacks for one, 4 TFLs for the other. I mean, those guys are just tackling machines.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Rigo, get it to him. Little scat back. Good yards, good carry by Rigo to the 35, picks up a 1st down. Again, that's his MO, Dan. Stay low to the ground, keep the pads low, and use your speed to jitterbug it.
Yeah, I mean, and take a look at the guys up front, just clearing a path for him.
Another Weiss meets 1st down for the Lasers. At the 35-yard line. This is Kowalski now, Dan, taking the snaps. We told you he would do this.
Wildcat.
Calls his own number and picks up a couple. Now, he hasn't thrown a pass yet, Dan, but Coach Mack said he can throw, and he might throw. You know, keep us guessing, keep the defenses guessing, but it's in the arsenal for 15.
Yeah, and again, no surprise, when they do run, they're having great success running on that left side behind big Braden Thompson.
Second down and 8. Kowalski going to stay in. Wildcat, whatever you want to call it. Shotgun here. Spinorama. And then just lower the cap. Lean his way to the 43-yard line. So 3rd down and 3 for the Lasers.
Yeah, big down for them if they want to keep moving the ball here. Again, spins around, fakes a handoff, going off that left side, getting good blocking out in front. Hawk Denor, one of their two-way guys, is in that line.
Kowalski again, 3rd and 3. High snap. Oh, by design? I don't know. I don't know if it was by design, Dan.
Yeah, that's Hawk Denor, and he's done that. You know, 52, normally they're one of their tackles. You see right here, he's in the backfield. That's a design play.
Yeah. So Denor, who's normally the left tackle, goes in the backfield.
Takes a direct snap.
Yeah, maybe he's a decoy, but then he reels it in. But
yeah.
It's a Weiss meets 1st down here for the Lasers. Again, they've been here before moving the football. They're at the 47 now. And now you got Kowalski going under center. Not handing it off. And then Teague up and over midfield to the 48. And that will bring a close to quarter number 1 here in Muskego. It's the Warriors leading the Lasers after the first 12 minutes, 14-0. Back to the sidelines we go, and John Pearson.
Well, so far as the first down sponsor, we've heard the words Weiss Meats a lot tonight, and you hear a lot about it around Muskego because Weiss Meats, I don't want to tell you, it's really good. Jen Weiss, it's a husband and wife operation here, but talk about being a part of this community and also the way you've been able to build a business thanks to the support, and then now you're turning around and supporting this team.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a local source for fresh sausage, and literally 2 minutes down the road. We are do whatever we can to support the community, support the schools, all the sporting events. Best thing is we make all fresh ingredients, all fresh baked goods, beef sticks, summer sausage, all the goodies that you'd find in a traditional meat shop. We have it, and all in a little building right down the road.
And it's the kind of business that a town like Muskego would embrace, because it's basically homemade everything and a homemade business, the way you've been able to build it, and just what people would get if they stopped in.
Yeah, well, the community has supported us unbelievably. I can't even say enough about how thankful we are. The community has come out and expanded us over the years. It's only been 3 short years, and we've grown considerably.
And supporting this team real quick, why does it matter so much? You've been cheering all night.
Well, I went here to school here as a pom-pom girl, and my kids went to school, and grandkids will continue as well. So a great community.
She's a legendary pom-pom, and Jen will tell you that you don't maybe want to see how the sausage is made. Just make sure it's made at Weiss Meats, because it's really, really good.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, John. Second quarter underway. Rigo on the carry there. Kowalski has started this series, Dan, taking the snaps, and he continues on here taking the snaps in the Kettle Moraine offense.
Yeah, he's so important to that offense. No matter where he plays, you want to get the ball in his hands as often as possible.
3rd and 3 at the 46. Kowalski again goes in the blender, fakes on the spin, and then gets the first down at the 40.
Yeah, nothing fancy here. Guys up front are doing a nice job. You can see right here, spins out. The Muskego defense very, very disciplined and key orientated, but the guys up front are making a little crease for Kowalski to squeeze through.
Another Weiss Meats first down. Jen had me at beef sticks. Dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah. From the 41. Kowalski straight ahead. Had to jump up a little bit to reel that high snap in, but he's a big kid, 6'4", 215.
Yeah, and quick, talented. Even though he's tall and lanky, he does run low to the ground.
And again, Coach Brunner, this is what Coach Mack was talking about. You have these long, sustained drives. You're keeping that Muskego offense off the football field.
Yeah, that's the key. I mean, it's always been the key. Easier said than done.
2nd down and 7. Teague, first throw of the season, and it's incomplete. That was Jacob Spellman, the tight end, who was trying to sneak past the secondary.
Yeah, he got Spellman open deep. We'll see if we can see it here. Fakes up, steps back. Just a little more air under the ball, and maybe it's a TD for Spellman.
As we said, Coach Mack told us that he's got that as part of his weaponry.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at 3rd and 7. Karan Walker in there now, number 12. He'll line up in the slot for the Lasers.
Yeah, he's their fastest player, was in the state relay team.
Get it to him. And Kowalski went up to block for him, but the hole, Muskego closed that hole in a hurry. They forced 4th down.
Yeah, Brian Wynn, inside linebacker. Brody Axelson, all of them, Alex Chan, all collapsing on the ball.
4th and 7. You're at the 38-yard line. Too long for a field goal try. So looks like Matt McDonald will keep the offense out there. Fire drill. We have to burn a timeout here. A lot going on.
Well, now you got Kowalski split out.
And Jersey taking the snap.
You're going to see a pooch punt.
Yeah, you are. Bouncing and rolling into the end zone. So a touchback will give Muskego the football. at the 20-yard line, leading it 14-0. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Cousin Subs. Since 1972, Milwaukee-based Cousin Subs proudly served their famous better bread, better subs to the greater Milwaukee area. In each Cousin's location, the bread is baked daily and piled high with freshly sliced deli meats or grilled to order steak and chicken, fresh produce, and award-winning Wisconsin cheeses. Their commitment to the communities they call home is part of their DNA, and Cousins is proud to support local high school football programs and youth educations just like this venue tonight. 1st and 10 Warriors at the 20. Wing T offense back out there with Joey Shaw under center. And giving it to Nemec. Out to the 28.
You can see here on the replay, we talk about him being shifty. He just makes this little juke, boop, makes a guy miss, picks up a nifty 9-yard gain.
That's ideal for this offense. Get big chunks on those first down carries. Really opens up this wing T playbook. 2nd and 1. There's Lorino. Off and running. 30-25, dragged down to 25. Finally, by Nolan Roll.
Nolan Roll saved a touchdown there.
But Lorino, Dan, and this is a guy filling in for injured players.
Now look at him use his blockers. Nice job. Then he outruns all of them.
Yeah, you just steer and ride shotgun when the blocker in front. That's how you get it, the big chunks. Weiss meets first down for the home team at the 25. This is Nemec.
Oh.
On the cutback, touchdown. Nemec, his 5th rushing score of the season, 20-0, Muskego.
Yeah, guys up front just doing a great job, but Nemec showing great shiftiness, great speed on the cutback, untouched into the end zone.
And this is why KM was trying to keep this offense off the field. This is what they do. They get the offense rolling, lathered up, and then heads are spinning on the defensive side trying to figure it out. Walden for the extra point. His 3rd of the evening is good. When they are on the field, Dan, this offense, it doesn't take them long to score, does it?
No. I mean, they're dinged up. They're missing guys. But, again, it's like, I think you referred to it, it's next man up. You know, and that's Wade Muskego. This is a program that has that philosophy. They got a phenomenal weight program, strength and conditioning. You know, that next guy, they don't fall off the way a lot of other programs do when they have to rely on backups. Their next guy up may take a week or so, but once they get ingrained in that offense, they don't miss a beat.
And they learn the wing T in the crib here in Muskego.
They do. You know,
tonight's game brought to you in part by Weiss Meats. Experience the authentic flavor of Weiss Meats, handcrafted sausages made with the finest cuts of meat and no artificial fillers or preservatives. Beef sticks, summer sausage, jerky. They offer a delicious and protein-packed snack. Enjoy fresh daily baked buns there as well, and specialty breads from the in-house bakery. And try the take and bake options at Weiss. Savor the freshness, taste the tradition of Weiss Meats. Another kickoff here for Walden. And it's fielded at the 4-yard line this time.
Oh, it balls on the turf. They got him down, though.
It was recovered by Walden, but, yeah, Roll was down.
Boy, Roll, he sees that little seam and hits it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was down, but
the ground cannot cause a fumble.
Yeah, very, very lucky that was not called a fumble.
Back to the sidelines, and JP once again.
Well, when you have a sponsor like Weiss Meats, you got to go. Anybody can throw T-shirts,
Right? How about point sausage?
All right. Well, what we cheerleaders are ready. The masses here with some Weiss Meats sausage. Girls, fire it up there. You get a sausage, and you get a sausage. Everybody gets a sausage from Weiss Meats.
How about
tonight.
the press
Oh,
box?
wow, that was a little hard. She threw that one right there. As Weiss Meats provide.
It's chaos here at Muskego.
Oh!
It is chaos. Covered up by Kowalski.
Yeah, you can see the bad snap here, but absolutely everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now for KM.
Aiden Jacks is the junior center. He's a first-year starter. He used to be a fullback in the offense, but shifted this year to the offensive line, and there's been some issues getting the snaps in the wheelhouse, and that one was well outside of it. So now you're back at the 22.
Ooh, 2nd and 23.
Kowalski again taking the snaps. And Kettle Moraine will call a timeout, their first of the first half. Probably didn't see something and wanted to avoid another disaster from happening, so Matt McDonald will burn the TO. Tonight's game brought to you in part by U.S. Cellular and its Screen Sanity program. Take the Take 5 challenge. Put your phone down for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, whatever. Time yourself. Learn how to block distractions and focus on human connections. Learn more at uscellular.com/built-for-us. So that might have been Matt McDonald didn't like what he saw, or he wants to settle things down after the bad snap. Either way,
yeah.
Kettle Moraine has looked good on their 3 drives here in the first half, but the last one ended in a punt after they got into Muskego territory. The first 2 in the first quarter ended with turnovers that turned into Muskego points. Jersey back there again. Little toss.
Oh!
Ball's out. Muskego's got it. 3rd turnover of the night.
Oh, man.
And the Warriors recover it.
We'll see who got the hit here. Again, this, nothing wrong with relying on your defense. Somebody got his shoulder right on the ball. That was Jake Cardelis. Popped it out.
Yeah,
and then Talon Zarniak recovered it.
Rewind to Charles Dunham is the one who caught it, and then, as Dan said, got popped by Cardelis. And look at this, in the red zone here.
Man.
1st and 10 at the 12. Muskego offense licking its chops. And here we go again. Nemec, this time tackled from behind, bodies falling all over each other as Noah Griswold gets in there to make the tackle.
Yeah, and we'll see right here, Noah he used to be a linebacker. They moved him to secondary because of the injuries. But, he comes up and he knows how to tackle as a linebacker.
First-year starter as the junior. Nice tackle that time. Brings up 2nd down and 6. Shaw hands it off. It's Lorino again, who scored the last time he had the football. Inside the 5, mark it at the 3. That's going to be 1st and goal for Muskego. Another Weiss Meats first down. Yeah, did we get anything? Did they throw anything
No,
up here?
no.
No.
You got to get someone with a little bit stronger arm to get it up here.
Obviously.
I thought John Pearson would have thrown a few up here.
Nope. Warriors, 1st and goal, knocking on the door again. Cut back and in for the touchdown. It's Nemec again. Second score of the night for number 3.
Nothing fancy. Getting the guards out in front. Centering the 2 tackles. Get a push. Blast in the end zone.
This is just, it's too easy for this Muskego team when you're handing them the football. 3 turnovers by Kettle Moraine. And Walden for the 4th time. Makes it 28-0.
Yeah, but again, anybody scouting this Muskego team, as we see the replay of the touchdown, pretty easy push getting them in the end zone. Anybody watching Muskego play, I mean, you got to be so impressed with that defense. I mean, they just set so many things up.
John Pearson, minus the sausages now that were thrown into the crowd.
We're fresh out of sausage, but we're not fresh out of scoring. Of course, Muskego jumping all over him to start this game. But Gabe Walden, the 4 extra points on the night. Well, his biggest goal was actually yesterday when the soccer team, which he's also part of, beat highly ranked Shorewood 1-0. Gabe had the only goal of the game in a 1-0 win over the 7th ranked team in the state. So they're keeping him busy. I'm sure he maybe fantasized about kicking a game-winning field goal, but he probably likes this too.
Yeah, and he almost recovered that fumble. That would have made for an even better parlay, if you will. Gabe going to kick off one more time. Field it at the 4. By number 4. This is Roll. And he gets hit hard. Oohs and ahs from the crowd as he gets taken down by Alex Bowden.
Yeah, if you're, Ryan Lucchese, the Muskego defensive coordinator, has got to be really, really happy with his defense. I mean, they're just pounding the ball, popping it out, making interceptions, not creating penalties or causing penalties. But then on the other hand, you got Chad Buchholz. He's got to be like, man, can we just make Muskego drive the field and not give him the ball in the red zone?
Lasers will try it again here at the 29-yard line. Jersey in at quarterback. Walker behind him in the backfield. Kind of shot put it out there. And catch and carry for Ben Bester. Bester's father, Brad, longtime former basketball coach at Kettle Moraine. And Ben is there's a handful of basketball players on this football team that Lasers went all the way to the D1 state finals. They were one of the Final Four teams.
His uncle Justin's the principal.
That's right. All in the family at KM. From the 35, here's Kowalski. Now you got to get it in 15's hands, and they do. Gets it over midfield. And a first down for the Lasers.
Yeah, again, just step forward, try to pull the defense in, and then get the ball to your playmaker.
Yeah, you got Spellman out there running a little interference, number 5. Ball's at the Muskego 49-yard line. Jersey with Bester flanking him now on the left. Fake it to Ben, toss it over the middle. And Marker, as you can see, comes in. That's Spellman who made the catch. He got a first down for the moment, but the penalty, we shall see.
Oh.
Yeah, ineligible on field. One of the bigs got down there too early. If I'm reading lips correctly of Pat Gill, I think he said 52. That would be Hawk Denor who jumped the gun. And not a turnover, Dan, but a bad break because you picked up nice yardage and you picked up a first down.
Yeah.
And now you wipe it away.
Yeah, and they're desperate for points this first half. They've got to get something on the board.
Split everybody out here. Back now at the 46 of Kettle Moraine. Jersey first and long here. Hangs in the pocket, throws in traffic. And it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Kowalski again. It'll be 2nd and 15. Lasers are coming off a loss at home last week to Muskego, 34-23. Muskego, Classic 8, always one of the best conferences in the state. And Muck's in there. Oconomowoc is unbeaten so far. Cooney's for real. Arrowhead, of course. Muskego has to play at Ocon next week. 2nd and 15. Jersey finds some running room and then gets slammed down at midfield. Taken down by Cole Reed. And that's going to make it 3rd and 11.
Yeah, we can see right here, step up, fake. It's pretty much planned run all the time. Cole Reed, he's at cornerback, but he knows how to tackle. He's been their safety. They just move him in the corner because of injuries.
Checking the crib notes on 3rd and 11 coming up. You got Kowalski at the top of the screen. Jersey going to take the snap here. Quick hitch, sideline toss, and banged out of bounds at the 43. Amongst all the black shirts, and there come the flag. It was late, but probably the right call here.
Yeah, Brady Hornacki got him. We didn't see exactly where his feet were, but must have been out of bounds.
It was Ben Bester who got lit up on that Muskego sideline. Yeah, again, I'm reading Pat Gill. He's saying hit out of bounds.
We'll see right here. Hornacki's coming up. Boom.
Yeah, Hornacki got the lick in. Bester had already taken a couple steps OB, so that's why the flags flew. So you get the 15 added on. Now you're at the 30-yard line. It's another Weiss-Meats first down for Kettle Moraine. And to Dan's point, this is a drive that the Lasers have to have. Muskego gets the football to start the second half, so don't get a chance to double dip, so to speak, but you got to get that goose egg off the board. 1st and 10 Lasers at the 30. Bester shifting in the backfield. Fake it to him, and almost. It was knocked down and almost intercepted. Danger zone. Yeah, this could have been another TO, Dan.
Yeah, fake, up. Who got his paws on it? Looked like 45, Brody Axelson.
Kind of Hunter Wooler-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hunter used to do that a lot before he became a Wisconsin Badger here. 2nd and 10 at the 30. High snap. There goes Ben Bester again. Nice little head of steam, had running room. And knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Going to be first and goal, Kettle Moraine.
Yeah, big play. They needed that. And again, high snap, reels it in, gets it out. Great job by the other receivers blocking downfield. Charlie Dunham was out there. So was Teague Kowalski.
Yep. Yeah, when Teague's not getting the football, he's in there helping others find running room. Weiss meets first down, first and goal, Kettle Moraine at the 9. Bester up top with Kowalski. Jersey calls his own number. Trying to cut back. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 2.
Yeah, Axelson again kept him out of the end zone.
A long route here, Dan.
Yeah.
Then go that way and then cut back. Going to be second and goal. KM at the 2-yard line. Jersey out, which means Kowalski will be in, taking the snaps. There's 15, replacing 14. And you got Hawk Denor in there to provide the beefy backfield.
I think they're going left.
And then they go
right up the gut.
Yeah, just like you said, right? That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
And when you put those bigs in the backfield, Denor's back there.
Yeah, and you got Braden Thompson on that left side. You got a fake to Hawk Denor in the backfield.
You see Teague, he was just trying to extend that pigskin, just
Yeah.
try to get over the line. So again, you're going to have Denor, you're going to have Tristan Seidel, 52 and 54 in your backfield, with Kowalski taking the snaps on third and goal. And it's Denor.
Denor.
Yep, he did this before, and this time he gets the touchdown. Hawk Denor puts the lasers on the board first, late stages here of the second quarter.
Yeah, this time they do go left, but it's with Denor, and he gets a good block out in front with Braden Thompson.
Dan's Swiss Army nice, Teague Kowalski. He told you, he does a little bit of everything, including punting and kicking. He'll try to tack on the extra point. With Jersey holding, it's knocked through. So important drive, a drive, Dan, that results in points instead of turnovers for Kettle Moraine.
Yeah, absolutely, and they needed that. They needed that big time. Tight end, they brought in Chase Schimpf, number 18, junior tight end. He did a great job.
Stay tuned for the Pace Electric moment of the game. It's brought to you by Pace Electric, saluting excellence and providing excellence in service. Visit paceelectric.com to learn more. We've got a few candidates for that electric moment, Dan, already in the first half, but probably more to come in the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Let's send it down to John before the kickoff.
Hey guys, Hawk Denor, one of the great names at Kettle Moraine, and up until last year it was Gray Rumor out there, but Hawk being named Hawk's already a big deal, but he's one of 7 kids, all whose names start with H. Hawk, Hudson, Hunter, Hickson, and Harbor. They have 2 girls whose name starts with H, but the coaches said they didn't go out for football, so he's not sure what their names are.
Killjoy. Thanks, John. I'll try the onside kick. And Muskego was ready for it. Yep. Taking a shot there to try to get it back and get some more points and get a little even more momentum before halftime, but Now you're setting up Muskego offense at the 50.
Yeah. You know, and this is a Muskego team that has just a phenomenal coaching staff. I mean, they pretty much, there isn't much you can pull on them that they're not prepared for.
Yeah, a lot of them former Muskego players
Yeah.
under Ken Krause. 1st and 10 at midfield. Joey Shaw, quick give and quick burst. Nick Lato, almost a pickup of 10. He gets 9, so again, big yardage on 1st down, makes it 2nd and 1.
Yeah, again, you see right up the middle. There's a guard pulling on every play, if not both. And they just do such a phenomenal job following. If you watch them when they come up to the line, they're all pointing at who they're going to block.
Look at the hole.
Man.
Lato again.
Yeah. Lato, and they got, Braden Dibb, their one tight end. You can watch him up there, 87. I mean, nobody takes a play off. I mean, everybody is going after somebody.
That's something as Muskego gets another Weiss Meats 1st down. And no rush here either. With all the baby powder, there was a touchdown through the air, Dan to Lorino.
Yeah, and again, what great play calling and what great faking. Watch this. Look at the fake. I mean, keeps the ball tucked. He's got a guy basically uncovered. Dayton Lorino walks in.
This place went crazy because they saw Lorino wide open in the end zone. Everybody bit up front. Walden again for the PAT. His 5th PAT. So they tried, KM tried the onside kick. Muskego got the 50, needed 3 plays, and Joey Shaw threw the air, Dan. His 4th touchdown through the air this season, and that was a beaut.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he only had thrown 30 passes coming into this game, but he makes the most out of most of his passes. And again, he's only a sophomore. He's going to get better, and you can see on that throw, he's got a strong enough arm.
Yeah, baby powder. It's still hanging in the air.
Yeah.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Muskego Gridiron Club. Support the Warriors this Saturday night, October 5th, with Warrior Fest. It's 6 to 10 p.m. at Maddie's Bar and Grill on College Avenue right here in Muskego. Check out Maddie's new indoor venue as well. All proceeds from Warrior Fest benefit Muskego High School football. This community, it is special on how they rally around this program and this school district.
Oh, yeah.
Dan and I were in Oostburg last Thursday, and we had fog coming off of Lake Michigan. This is baby powder.
Right.
Roller picked up at the 9-yard line by Roll, and the ball came out again. Well, it has been a hot potato for Kettle Moraine tonight. And you got 1:19 before halftime and a chance to lick the wounds. How much did the kids buy, Dan? I mean,
I didn't know there was that much baby powder on the shelves.
Yeah. Probably Costco. You get,
oh yeah,
the powder in the
yeah.
big drums.
Yeah.
Jersey pumps and sideline toss near the marker. It's Kowalski. Who else?
Yeah.
Stop the clock for a moment there. KM has 2 timeouts remaining I never smelled so fresh during a broadcast. How about you?
Yeah, I know.
First down, lasers at the 32.
Keep looking around, looking for diapers.
Incomplete, intended for Bester, and little shove there, a little frustration by the lasers. They've done a lot of good things, Dan, but they've also done a lot of bad, self-inflicted things.
Absolutely. And the other thing is the rumor that the Muskego offense is dead, I think is greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, if you look at the schedule and the scores, they have been in some real low-scoring slugfests because the offense has been trying to figure things out, but the defense has been keeping them in games.
Yeah.
And tonight, it has been complimentary on both sides. Jersey escapes, throws, and got his man. Finally tackled and brought down at the 34-yard line. That's Dunham downfield, who got a little opening, and KM in business perhaps.
Yeah, we see here. Caden Jersey did a nice job biding time, found him Dunham open. You know, he's been compared to their All-State guy Drew Wagner, kind of as a poor man's Drew Wagner, and we all know what a phenomenal receiver he was.
Yeah, down at Northwestern now is the cheat code.
Yeah.
Stay tuned at the end of the game, second half. We will bring you the Pops Kettle Corn player of the game. John Pearson will corral someone and probably talc up if there's any left. Yeah, Pops Kettle Corn, they actually have a stand here as part of the concession stand, and they would make the Pops Kettle Corn on site.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know where Dan's going at halftime.
Pops.
Yum. All right, so KM with one time. There were no survivors.
No. Oh.
KM with one timeout remaining here in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Lasers at the 34. Jersey throws, got his man. That's Bester. Down the sidelines he goes and pushed out of bounds to stop the clock at the 18. 36 seconds left.
Yeah, Jersey doing a nice job finding the open man. I think got away with a face mask there.
Someone grabbed Bester's cage. But the Lasers knocking on the door. Kowalski again is the kicker. Could boot a field goal attempt through, but they've got plenty of time here and one timeout left to try to put it in the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 18. Jersey, quick toss.
Oh, nice
and quicker tackle. Down goes Dunham. Cardelis was right there to wrap him up.
Yeah. Again, I mean, got him one-on-one in the open field, and Jay Cardelis makes a great tackle.
And the clock was running, Dan, and then finally, Matt McDonald said timeout. So that's the third and final timeout for the Lasers here in the first half. They're going to be looking at a 2nd down and 6. Correction, 2nd down and 8. Coming out of the TO here. Tonight's game brought to you in part by U.S. Cellular and its Screen Sanity program. Take the Take 5 challenge. You put your phone down for 5 minutes, for 5 hours, 5 days, whatever works, and then you time yourself. Learn how to block distractions and focus on human connections. What a concept. Learn more at uscellular.com/built-for-us. Dan, what did I say? Coach has got. Are you checking a baseball score?
No, I
heard there's a game going on.
Yeah, there is.
Besides this.
Yeah.
Put the phone down. Ken Krause, he was the head coach of the South squad.
Yeah.
The All-Star game this past July up in Oshkosh.
Yeah. great guy, great coach. Just did a phenomenal job.
Second and 7. They marked it at the 15. Jersey.
Oh, hit as he threw.
And that's why the ball fell well short.
Brian Wynn.
Dunham was the intended receiver, but it never got to Charles because of that hit. Locomotive coming in.
Yeah, we see number 44, Brian Wynn, just shoot through there. He's having an all-conference season. He's got 42 tackles and 4 sacks. That would have been number 5 had the ball not gotten off.
Remember, no timeouts left. 3rd and 7 for Kettle Moraine. Flags fly. This will be early jump on the lasers and make it 3rd and 12 instead. So now, if you're Kettle Moraine, Dan, the clock would stop if you pick up a first down. But if you don't get a first down and it's in the field of play, it's going to run out, and that'll be halftime.
Yeah, that'll be it.
So it's got to be a sideline toss, or if you go in the field of play, you better have the first down. And they need the 8-yard line. Jersey going for all of it.
Did he catch that?
Yes, he did.
That was a phenomenal interception.
Brady Hornacki.
Wow.
Acrobatic tippy toe in the end zone. Look at it.
Wow. Look at this. Yes, sir. He did. He picked that off.
And he knew it. He said, our football.
You know, Bob, he has some Brunner genes in him. That's my second cousin's grandson, which I just found out when I got here today.
I'm glad you explained it, because you told me, and I couldn't sort out the family tree.
His mother is formerly Brenda Brunner.
There you go.
Great basketball player at Pius High School in the day.
Shaw will just take a knee, because when you're up 35-7 at the half, man is right. Muskego, both sides of the football getting the job done here against Kettle Moraine in the first half. Our score, Warriors 35, Lasers 7. Halftime stuff. We got a whole bunch on tap, so don't you go away.
Looking for me? We deliver. Yes. What's up? Delivery. Oh my God. What we do? 80 cents delivery on me.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Throwdown. It's our favorite night of the week, but of course, a lot more football goes on Friday nights, and that is why Football Friday Night exists on iHeart radio stations 12 around the state of Wisconsin. But number one in our hearts is Dan Pfeiffer, one of the hosts of the show. And Dan, let's talk about some of the matchups coming up. Not quite as many matchups with little numbers next to the names this week, but a very big one from some neighbors as Cedarburg and Homestead go at it tomorrow night.
Yeah, huge matchup in the North Shore Conference. This is the one that we're keying on in the Milwaukee area tomorrow night. Cedarburg, you got Brian Lear in his 28th year as head coach at Cedarburg. They've typically embraced an old school brand of football. Give you an idea, Coach Lear coached a Cedarburg team in level 3 against my high school alma mater when I was a senior in high school. That was a year that started with a 1. That's how long ago it was, 1999. He's still doing his thing there in that level 3 game in 99. They didn't attempt any kicks other than kickoffs in that game. That's the way that they usually play it. This year, though, they've got a very versatile offense. Quarterback Alex Evanoff, 1,136 yards passing thus far on the season. Logan Zapour, 26 catches on the year, 556 yards receiving, 11 total touchdowns. Also fifth on the team in total tackles. He goes both ways. He's a threat on both sides of the ball. Cedarburg, 6-0 on the season thus far, 4-0 obviously in North Shore play, doing very well heading into week 7. Still sounds weird to talk about Homestead and not say Dave Keel as head coach. I mean, he was there, seems like forever, too. Drake Zortman took over a few years ago for Keel. First year was in a split arrangement. Now it's Zortman who is the lone head coach, if you will. Their only loss came to Germantown the opening week. This is the toughest part of their schedule. They face Cedarburg this week. Next week they go up against Slinger, who is also 4-0 in North Shore. They've got Tommy O'Hagan, top passer and top rusher, 398 yards passing, 313 yards on the ground. Jonah Wentzler is O'Hagan's top target through the air. He's got 266 of those 398 yards for Homestead. This is a great game every single year. This year, though, it's just as good as ever. This is the game of the week in the Milwaukee area in Week 7.
And we'll have Homestead right here on the Wisconsin Sports Stream next week when they take on Slinger, who is ranked number 1 in Division II. Now, those are a couple of fairly familiar names, but Oconomowoc doing what they're doing. Again, they've had good years, but to be as fantastic as they've been with quality wins, well, they take on Muskego tomorrow night, and Oconomowoc's coach actually being honored by the Packers as their coach of the week. Will he earn another honor with a big win tomorrow night?
Yeah, good chance for Mike Kanavok, and obviously worthy recognition. You know, Muskego, they have the law firm, as I put it, of Mason, and Martin. Quarterback Mason Kelly, 594 yards passing, 500 yards rushing. Running back Mason Radabicki, he's now up over 850 yards rushing for the year. And you've got wide receiver Nick Martin, who leads the team with 375 yards receiving. The one thing Muskego will have to do against this very good Oconomowoc team is find some defense. They've given up at least 20 points in each of their last 5 games. They've won 4 of those. The only loss was at Arrowhead, 29-28 in Week 3, but they still need to figure out how to stop that blistering hot Oconomowoc offense. And we talked a bunch about Oconomowoc going up against Arrowhead last week. Huge game for them. Oconomowoc won that game, 28-21. They scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game on passes from Austin Munsell, who is the WisSports.net Player of the Week statewide this week. He's just a sophomore. He was pressed into duty with an injury to Andrew Merrick. He went 15 for 20 with 356 yards and 4 touchdowns. Those are NFL numbers, John. 2 of those TDs went to Cashton Allen and were of 71 and 97 yards. Allen went for 210 total yards on 4 catches on the night. Oconomowoc led 14-0 late in the second quarter, 28-7 late in the third. It was Arrowhead really just kind of making the score more respectable with a 50-yard touchdown late in the fourth quarter to bring it to 28-21. So Oconomowoc not only 6-0, but showing great depth. You guys have a Classic 8 game going on right now with Muskego. You know, they've lost 3 straight trying to bounce back tonight in this contest. Another big Classic 8 game tomorrow night. There are big games in the Classic 8 every single week, as we've talked about every single time I've been on the halftime show here, John. But Oconomowoc and Muskego, again, another one that's just as good as they come.
And not a lot of ranked teams matching up, but that sometimes means it's a season-making game for the team that doesn't have the ranking next to their name. But we want to talk about one more team that's ranked as Greendale, not just a band school. They take on Wisconsin Lutheran, who, again, a lot of tradition over there. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, you know, good game in the Woodland Conference. Greendale going up against Wisconsin Lutheran. It's funny you mentioned that Greendale, the band over at Greendale, they're actually having a big marching competition over at Greendale, 15 schools on Saturday. But first things first, Friday night it will be the Panther football team hosting Wisco. Joel Redu has turned things around this year for Wisco, 4-2, 3-1 in the Woodland. But you know, head coach Jermaine Murray over at Greendale, he's got a 1,000-yard passer already this season in Landon Lopez. He spreads the ball around quite a bit. Greendale 5-1. They only have 1 loss on the season. That came to defending Division II state champion Lake Geneva Badger. You know, Wisconsin Lutheran's going to give this team a challenge, though. They run the ball well behind a big offensive lineman by the name of Michael Smith. He's a 6'6", 281-pound senior. He's got offers from 4 Division I schools. So, you know, hey, I don't know how much of a crossover there is between Greendale and their football guys in the band. Maybe they have to worry about not being distracted by the big competition the following day. But as you mentioned, John, Week 7, relatively speaking, maybe not as many good matchups as we usually see in the Greater Metro Conference. You've got Marquette and Sussex Hamilton going up against the two Brookfield schools. Brookfield East is 2-2 right now. Central is 1-3. I might have that flipped around. I'm not sure about that. All I know is right now, both Marquette and Sussex Hamilton, very good football teams. It pains me to say this as a Lancer alum, but more than likely Marquette and Sussex Hamilton get wins in those games. A number of ranked teams are going up against weak competition this week. Slinger also in the North Shore Conference. They get the top spot in the WisSports.net Division II poll this week after Rice Lake got upset by New Richmond up north last week. They face winless West Bend East. Should be a fairly easy one for them. Similar story for D1 number 2 Franklin. They're going up against winless Kenosha Tremper. So there may be some scores on the scoreboard when we're doing our updates on Football Friday night. They're a little bit lopsided this week, but hey, at least this weekend we get some good band play going on in that contest they've got on Saturday, right, John?
Absolutely. And tell me about Football Friday night and where people can find it. And, I feel like it's required to mention the app. It's like anytime you promote anything, you got to mention an app, don't you?
I mean, I'm wearing the app logo on my jacket right now, John. I think it's kind of part of what I have to do. But yes, Football Friday night. We are on 12 stations around the state of Wisconsin, but the big one is the Big 920 here in Milwaukee. WOKY. You can also hear us on the Score in Appleton, KFIZ in Fond du Lac. But yes, the iHeartRadio app is also where you can tune us in, listen to us live. We even have the show in podcast form. Usually goes up on Saturday morning. You can listen to it there as well. Me, Chuck Friedman. We have upwards of 20 guests from around the state of Wisconsin at all of the biggest games. Journalists telling the stories of the games. It's essential listening if you are interested in high school football, not just in the Milwaukee area, but around the state. I always like to say, when it comes time for the state championships, if you've been listening to Football Friday night, you will know something about every one of the 14 teams that's playing at Camp Randall Stadium. Fun show, great show, and we'll be on the air tomorrow night at 9:30, giving you all the news about high school football around Wisconsin.
That is beautiful. And one other thing, it is that time of year where we find out a little bit more about who's being recruited, big-time recruits in the state of Wisconsin. You hear about a lot of kids, oh, that school's looking at them, that school's looking at them. How much can a kid showcase themselves here in the last few weeks as the games are getting bigger? Do you ever get that feeling like sometimes they kind of go into business for themselves? It doesn't seem like we got a lot of kids like that around here, but talk about who is being looked at a little bit and how they're getting to be shown.
You know, it was interesting reading up this week on someone like Michael Smith over at Wisconsin Lutheran, I should say. He's got offers from a few different schools, but one of the ones that maybe hasn't taken as big of a look yet at him is Wisconsin. It's on the list, though. I'll tell you what, John, my experience is a lot of the time what scouts from colleges will look for is what they see in the postseason, because in the regular season, sometimes you're going up against makeshift lines, teams that aren't very good. When you get to the postseason, though, you're proving yourself under pressure against other good teams, and that says a lot for a lot of these players that are out there. So, yeah, I think as we get to the later parts of the season, you'll start to see some players who maybe haven't played a particular position as much play somewhere else that might be more like where they line up in college. They've been saving themselves for that point because their team knows they don't necessarily need them on the defensive line if they're strong as a tight end, for instance, something like that. So, yeah, if you've got players that you're keying on for whatever school that you're following, whether it be a high school where you're rooting for their kids, or if you're a college fan and you go out to the sites like Rivals and you see that there are players that your school is looking at, you know what? The postseason is a great time to pay attention because that's when a lot of the time these players really do try and step up. And it's not like they're not playing hard all the time. You can't go out there and not play hard. But if they prove themselves in the postseason, that says even more to a lot of college coaches that are out there and can do more for them as they try and make their way to the next level.
All right, be sure to pay attention to Dan Pfeiffer, and the rest of them are just along for the ride on Football Friday night on your iHeart radio stations. Dan, thanks for joining us and giving us a little bit more wisdom.
You're welcome, John. Be a fan.
Thanks.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic.
Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu.
We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular.
built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
Back here in Muskego High School, it's halftime, and what a halftime. The marching band here is one of the best in the business in southeast Wisconsin, in the state, period. Putting on a show for the folks here tonight, and the football team putting on a show as well, Dan, leading 35-7 over the Kettle Moraine Lasers at the half. Here's some highlights to show you, and Kettle Moraine they were hoping we wouldn't show the highlights because this was the first one that led to a scoop and score 6 on the very first drive of the game. It stalled when that happened, and then KM did this, another turnover picked off by Goer again.
Goer again, yep.
And that led to the offense quickly going downfield as they get their first touchdown. Lotto on the carry, 14-0 after 1. Muskego and the offense barely did anything because the defense and the turnovers were costly. Here's KM, though, trying it again, coughing it up again. Muskego getting it again, setting up their offense again. Where have you heard this before? And again, short fields, Dan, they just take advantage. And the offense putting points on the board quickly with the short field. This is Nemec carrying it in from 2 yards to start the second quarter, 21-0 then. And then Muskego again with the short field as Nemec goes in for a second carry, 28-0. Nice pick up here by Bester as Kettle Moraine finally got a drive cobbled together, and then it was the offensive lineman lining up in the backfield, Hawk Denor. They made it 28-7. It looked like that might be the halftime score, but Kettle Moraine tried an onside kick, and then first pass of the game from Muskego. It was a beauty to Loreno to make it 35-7. Our journalistic friend Rob Reichel, who's next door covering the game, Dan, he gave me the numbers, and how many plays? I'm gonna little guessing game here. How many plays do you think each team ran in the first half?
30 each.
Kettle Moraine ran 40. Muskego ran 13.
Oh,
13 plays. Kettle Moraine had more first downs than Muskego, 11-5.
Man.
But they didn't need it, right? Because of the short field.
Short
because of the 4 turnovers by the Lasers in the first half of this game. Muskego took care of the football, and they scored 21 points off of those 4 turnovers.
Man.
That is the story right there.
That's crazy. Man.
So second half of football, when the band clears off here and the players get back out here, we'll commence with, as we said at the very beginning, an important game for both these teams. They're trying to get their ways, make their way into the postseason. And since we got some time on our hands, who better to kill it than John Pearson?
Well, guys, the competition does not end between these two schools. This is Muskego and Kettle Moraine, and behind me in a flag football game, and it may seem like they're just playing around, but this is actually a program for all the Classic 8 programs. The Green Bay Packers, you may have heard of them, have helped to fund it and put it together for the Classic 8 and other teams and other conferences around the state. And it's Kettle Moraine taking on Muskego right here, right now. They're going to be playing in November and December, so look into that. Check out with the schools to find out when they're playing, where they're playing. But the Packers stay involved with high school football, and the girls, a couple of them got a really good arms out there.
Thanks, John. Yeah, they're not running the wing T, though, Dan.
No,
I mean, I know it's flag football, but
yeah.
You got to keep it all in the family, don't you?
Yeah, that's not a conducive offense to flag football.
So again, it's a game of importance for both these teams, trying to position for the playoffs. Kettle Moraine came in 3-3, so did Muskego, but the Warriors needed it more because they're only 1-3 coming into the game in Classic 8 play. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Pop's Kettle Corn. They are proudly owned and operated, a Wisconsin family tradition. Their brand continues to grow from roots right here in Muskego. to wherever you are, enjoying a bag of Pops Kettle Corn. They can't be prouder to welcome you into the Pops family tonight. Visit them online. You can get Pops delivered right to your front door. Order at pops.com to get yours today. Dan and I speak from experience.
Oh, man, it's some good stuff.
And again, looking ahead, important game for these teams tonight, to be sure. Muskego going to be at Oconomowoc, and the Raccoons are unbeaten in the Classic 8. They just got done beating Arrowhead.
I know.
They get Muskego tomorrow, another big game in the Classic 8. So, as per usual in this conference, Dan, no rest for the weary. Kettle Moraine will be back home in Wales next Friday night. They get Pewaukee. Yeah, you heard me. Pewaukee's in the Classic 8 now.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the Classic 8 only has 7 teams.
Exactly.
So math is hard.
Exactly.
In the Classic 8. But once again, every game in the Classic 8, it means something. JP once again from the sidelines.
Well, guys, yeah, it's not going the way Kettle Moraine would have liked tonight so far, but I did talk with Ryan Tomczyk, the athletic director, today, and he wanted to make sure he saluted a lot of people in the community. About 2 weeks ago, a pipe burst underneath the parking lot, and it was a flooding of the school. It trashed a couple of the gyms right there, and he said the way the community's come together to try and put it all together has been great, and he really wanted to salute a business over there, B Fitness, that is letting the kids work out in their gym for their athletic purposes because they just don't have a place to do it. So the community surrounding Kettle Moraine did come through. Everything's going to be fine, but you don't expect to walk in and have water about 2 feet high. He said he and the principal went over there in their regular shoes, and a couple of the teachers were smart enough to have knee-high rain boots to try and get it out. But it's the couple of gyms really need a lot of work. But they did want to salute the Kettle Moraine community for the way it did come through, so they can keep on moving forward with volleyball, football, and everything else that's going on over there, guys.
Yeah, a lot going on. Thank you, John. Yeah, Coach Mack even said he's a special ed teacher at Kettle Moraine. He said they had virtual, the whole school had virtual for an entire week because of the flooding, because of the pipe that burst underneath. I mean, it was that bad. So they were thankful that they were just able to keep on teaching. And as John said, because of B Fitness in Delafield, they were able to keep on the athletic programs keeping on. We'll step aside. Long halftime here in Muskego, but they're in celebration mode here because their team leads at 35-7 at the half.
When it's party time, make it easy time. Make it Cousins Catering time. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. So when catering counts, count on Cousins. Cousins Subs Catering. We believe in better.
US Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
Apple Intelligence is personal, private, and oh so powerful, you dig?
And the all-new camera control will blow you away!
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone. Also, Doug ate all the office cake.
Show me the tape.
See the tape tonight at 10!
Right now at US Cellular, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
We celebrate the athletes, the buzzer beaters, the record breakers, the wins. Now, it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers, the game changers, the life changers. It's time to celebrate our coaches. Join all of us at BSN Sports and show your coach some love by sharing their story with #ThankYouCoach.
35-7 the score here at the half. Muskego over Kettle Moraine, our Week 7 Thursday night throwdown. Our Week 8 throwdown, Dan Brunner. Next Thursday night, ooh, doctor.
Oh, yeah.
A doozy in the North Shore Conference. It'll be Homestead at Slinger to take on the Owls. Owls are unbeaten so far. They're ranked number 1 in the latest coaches state poll. And Homestead, though, with 1 loss right behind. So both those teams are in action Friday night football, but next Thursday, this is going to be, it could have first place implications, conference championship implications.
Absolutely. I think it will, no matter what happens tomorrow. I just think there are a number of tough teams at the top of that conference.
So that'll be next Thursday night. You can stream it live anywhere you feel like on your mobile device, big screen TV, whatever. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Pace Electric. For any electrical needs you have, pick up the phone and they'll pick up the Pace. As great as these teams are tonight, the Pace Electric team handles jobs of any size and every size. Pace Electric looks forward to serving Wisconsin for another 40 years of business excellence. Pace is proud to support high school sports. So, the lengthy halftime is winding down.
To say the least.
Yeah. And the baby powder has cleared the air, and Kettle Moraine going to have to boot the football here to start the second half, already trailing by a 35-7 count. And this kickoff, once again brought to you by the Muskego Gridiron Club. Make sure that if you're wearing the black and red, you check out Warrior Fest, big fundraiser going on Saturday night here in Muskego at Maddie's Bar and Grill. Reed is deep as Kowalski will boot the football. Yeah, they when it was 28-7, Dan, you remember Kettle Moraine tried the onside kick, and you know, I get it, but it cost them another touchdown then as Muskego just said, okay, we'll take it at midfield, and made this climb even more uphill in the second half.
Yeah, especially with Muskego getting the ball to start the second half.
T. Kowalski. Lets it loose this time. Reed gives way. Nemec, look out, down the sidelines. And got tripped up, but a nice return for Muskego to start the second half.
Yeah, great field position on 34. And again, here you see Nemec. He just finds that hole and he hits it. Then he's up the sideline. He dropped. Guess who?
Yeah.
T. Kowalski just stoned him right in his place.
We weren't kidding when he said he does it all.
Yeah.
He really does. 1st and 10 Warriors at the 34-yard line. Joey Shaw, who threw that nice touchdown pass to cap off the scoring in the first half. And this one goes for a loss, and that's the first time that we've said that tonight. KM reading that play and getting in the backfield to make the play. 34.
Nico Yitri.
Yep, Yitri.
Yeah, shot right through the gap where one of those guards pulled. He's just started. I mean, he's only started the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. And Nico's only a sophomore. Last week was his first varsity start against McGuanago. A loss of 2, second and a dozen. Quick draw. Try to get some of it back, and successful out to the 38-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Ken Krause had his sons playing for him.
Yeah.
last season. Always special. Kettle Moraine looking for a stop. Muskego looking for the first down. Won't get it.
Yeah, nothing there.
You always preach, assignment football. You hear us talking about that when you're playing a team like Muskego defensively. Everybody has to know who they have. You can't be caught. And that was a good example right there in this series of Kettle Moraine just reading the keys and knowing their assignments, where they needed to be.
Yeah, nobody followed the ball. They were just reading their keys. And again, I think Coach McDonald even talked about they run a lot of no-ball drills when they're practicing against the Muskego offense.
Shaw, the lefty quarterback, is also the lefty punter.
Ooh, you got a good roll.
Walker let it go. And that'll be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So Lasers got the 3 and out. Now they get the football here in the second half. Yeah, we told you all, the first downs were lopsided.
Yeah.
The plays, 40 to 13.
Wow. A lot of points out of 13. But again, with all the turnovers.
Yeah, the 4 turnovers. So it tells you they were moving the football, they were doing things, but then they continue to cough it up. If you take those away, then you've got the recipe that Matt McDonald was looking for. Is like, let sustain drives, keep their offense off the field. Who knows what it would be look like at halftime, but give Muskego credit. They pounced on each and every opportunity.
Yeah, very opportunistic.
Caden Jersey's the quarterback for this drive to start from the 8. And you hand it off, but not a whole lot of running room for Rigo.
No, again, kind of like the game starter. You got big Nathan McKinnon up front, drops him for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that was it. 2nd and 9. Rigo checks out. And it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
3-2.
Jersey, shotgun, empty. Almost caught. Also almost intercepted. It was intended for Kowalski. That was 15-on-15 crime there as Cardelis was battling with Kowalski.
Yeah, good battle back in that secondary. Either one could have come up with that.
That's where you just want to try to high point the ball and have Kowalski go up and get it. But Cardelis, he did a good job high pointing it himself to break it up. 3rd and 9. Jersey running out of the end zone, directing some traffic, and throws underneath. Catch is made, yes, at the 17-yard line by Dunham.
Yeah, going to be just short.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job getting out of the pocket, finding somebody open.
So Kowalski, now remember, Kowalski's the punter, and he can also run, he can also throw, so that's why he's out there. We'll see what they decide to do here.
Boy, it's tough to turn it over here.
4th and a long one. Spins, trying to get there.
No.
Won't get there. Not even close. Warriors gobble up Kowalski that time. Nick McCullough, Dan.
Oh, yeah, Nick McCullough and Liam Shaw. You're not going to get outside those two dudes. Here you got the fake. They got him penned in. Yeah, not a chance.
And where have you heard this before? Short field. Nick's showing off his belly.
Yeah, I guess that's a Muskego thing.
Yeah. But here's that short field again, Dan. I mean,
oh, man.
You're down 35-7, so KM had to roll the dice, but.
Yeah, now you're on the 16.
Yeah, 16. 1st and 10, Muskego. Shaw serving. Tucks it. Carries it. And breaking tackles for the touchdown.
Wow. What an effort.
Missed tackles galore by the Lasers. And give Shaw credit, he just kept moving.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be dropped for no gain, if not even a loss. We'll see on the replay here. Good fake, gets out there, is trying to find some blockers, nobody there. Makes one guy miss, makes 2 other guys miss, and then he gets blockers up ahead, walks in the end zone.
I like how when Shaw got it, Dan, I mean, he just almost genuflexed.
Yeah.
He just gets low and keeps that football hidden.
Yeah, hidden.
And then once he decided he was going to run with it, he just kept navigating because no one wanted to bring him down. Walden again, the soccer player. Makes it a 35-point lead. And that's significant because tick, tick, tick goes the clock here. Another look.
Look at this effort. Boom, makes a miss.
2.
There's 2
3,
guys.
4.
And now he's got his convoy out ahead with Parker Morawski.
Joey Shaw into the end zone. JP on the sidelines.
Well, guys, we are all about value tonight here in Muskego. Our kickoff sponsor is the Gridiron Club for Muskego, Muskego Gridiron Club, and they've gotten a lot of kickoffs to talk about tonight, and Chris Witkowski's behind it for the Gridiron Club. Obviously, this town is known for supporting all of its sports here, but you're doing something special on Saturday to make sure everybody knows that you're behind this football team.
Yes, thank you, John. Yeah, so this Saturday, we are having our biggest fundraiser at Maddie's Bar and Grill from 6 to 10. So come on out and support our team and our community at Maddie's Bar and Grill.
Okay, your son Xavier's on this team here. It's quite a family tradition, but it's all about family and also making sure, yes, they take their football seriously here, but it isn't something where it's do or die. You try and be supportive the whole way.
Correct. Yeah, there is one thing about this community. We do rally around our team. As you can see, fans tonight are showing out, playing one of our Classic 8 rivals, and we're really showing out tonight. So.
And this kickoff brought to you by the Muskego Gridiron Club. Yes, indeed. Somebody else can say it, Brainerd. And also you were a big part of making sure that Pace Electric is a part of things tonight as well. You're a big part of that company as well.
Electric Play of the Game will be sponsored by Pace Electric tonight. So, yeah, we'll it's a great way to support our team and support our community.
All right, we're double dipping with Chris. But yes, again, October 5th, Saturday night. Also,
so it's also John's birthday, so we can come out and celebrate his birthday as well. So come on out to Maddie's. We can double dip that way as well, John.
Yeah, I'm sure they love me as much as they love football here, guys.
Yeah, as long as John's buying, I'll be there at Maddie's. If it's your birthday, you bring the treats, right? Isn't that how it works?
That's how it works.
In grade school, right?
Oh, yeah.
You bring the treats. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the support. Again, great community support here in Muskego. What an atmosphere. New quarterback in there, Dan. It's Pierce Engstrom, the junior with the handoff. He's 6'3", 215. There he is, number 9.
Yeah.
And might be calling off some of the dogs here with the 35-point deficit and the running clock here. And
yeah, pretty much wholesale substitutions along that offensive line as well.
Liam Rigo is in the backfield. He's number 35. He's got the carry right on cue. And he's brought down short of the 30, a gain of just a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and the same thing on the Muskego side.
I did not have running clock on my bingo card
No,
tonight. Did you?
Not at all. No, not after looking at the scores of the last few games.
Yeah, and Muskego has it points have been hard to come by. Their defense has been great, but the offense has been trying to figure it out. Kettle Moraine's been kind of getting some traction of late here, played well against Muskego last week, and it has not gone the way of the Lasers, and it has been smooth sailing for the Warriors. They look comfortable on both sides of the ball tonight. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 6. So offense, well, it stays put because Kowalski's out there. Could run, could throw, could punt. And before anything happens decision-wise, it's going to cost Kettle Moraine some more yardage. 5 yards with the third quarter clock running. Now Kowalski will boot the football.
Oh, blocked.
No, he won't.
I don't even think it was blocked. I think he kicked it into his own man.
And that's a touchdown for Muskego. Either way, special teams adds to the total here for the Warriors.
Well, they've scored just about every way possible. We'll see it right here. I'm pretty sure he kicked it right into his own player. Yep.
Yeah. Theodore Johnson was actually, that was 58, and he got blocked back and pushed back, and then in the end zone, that is Caleb Hyde for the score. So defense has scored, offense has certainly scored, and now special teams has scored from Muskego tonight.
Yeah, as you said earlier, Bob, I did not see this coming.
Walden's, he might be the first guy in the hot tub for all the kicking he's doing tonight.
Yeah.
Might not be ready for the next Warriors soccer match at this rate. And I go back to pregame, Dan.
Yeah.
You and I saw it, right? I mean, we knew about the injuries, talking to Ken Krause.
Yeah.
And when we're on the field for pregame, you look at it.
Bam.
Blocked right back, off the back. You and I are looking, and it's like these kids are coming out with Muskego jerseys, but they've got crutches.
Boots, walking boots, yeah.
It was, and even Matt McDonald from KM, he's looking around just going, this is great. And he goes up to Ken Krause at midfield pregame and says, man, you guys have just been, you know, hit hard. He's like, never. So it was certainly something that has been lingering, but Muskego they've figured it out, Dan, with the guys who have stepped, the next man up. They really have stepped up. Yeah,
but Bob, when Oconomowoc sees this score, it's going to be like, oh man, they have no idea, until the coaching staff looks at the film, and as we talked about right after halftime, how few plays Muskego has actually run.
Right.
So it's a little misleading, but we have seen their offense really come around. Even though most of the time it's been a short field, they do seem like they're getting it together.
Yeah. If anything, it's instilling confidence in this offense that it's been hard to get on the same page and score points. So they're going to come out of this and feel pretty good about that next Friday matchup at Oconomowoc.
Yeah.
So again, running clock here. So we're going to run out the third quarter here shortly. Start this KM drive at the 22-yard line. It was only 2 years ago, Dan, that the Lasers won it all at state.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a loaded team, talent-wise. Number of all-state players.
They had a talented team that was loaded as well, as flags fly in this play. Rigo makes the catch, but it's going to be, I think, either ineligible on field or somebody jumped early. But Dan, the Lasers last year were loaded. They won the Classic 8.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And they were unbeaten in the Classic 8, and they had designs on making another run to the state championship. Well, then along came Lake Geneva Badger.
Yeah.
And they beat Kettle Moraine, and then they went on to win the whole thing.
Yep, win it all.
Yep.
But
so
yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, it's just so dependent on the matchups.
And so that Laser team. They had a lot of those pieces that they were able to have 2 really good, successful years. One of them was a state title, and the other one, they thought they'd get there and made a deep drive, but Badger thwarted them. This will be the final play of the third quarter. Just throw it out there to Rigo again, and he gets tackled at the 27-yard line. So, add to the total, Muskego. 35-7 at the half, make it 49-7 after 3 quarters. You're watching the Thursday night throwdown as we get you ready for the fourth quarter. And before that, John Pearson once again.
You want to be bumped between them, or what do you want? All right, U.S. Cellular is always happy to sponsor great things that go on at the schools, and something great is going on here all the time here at Muskego, and the volleyball team's coming through with it. And let's talk a little bit about this. Nick from the boys team, obviously, and Reese Padres from the girls team. Tell me a little bit about Stuff the Sal and why you guys do it, because you could just be volleyball players. You could just be athletes. Why was it so important for you all to do something and tell us what exactly Stuff the Sal's about?
All right, well, we really wanted to promote getting more people to our games. So in combination with Children's Hospital, so we raised stuffed animals for Children's Hospital. Everybody brought stuffed animals, and then we also had our youth night, so we had all our youth teams come in. And so we got even more stuffed animals. We made a big pile at the entryway. It was a big display, and it was a great way to promote our volleyball team and also support Children's Hospitals.
Reese, talk about when you saw the response there, because sometimes volleyball, you're so busy doing the actual getting ready for the games to see what it meant for the community to come out and show the support. What it mean for you?
It meant a lot, you know. A lot of people don't show up to our volleyball games, but it was a great way to get people there. And a lot of people, not even just related to the volleyball players, but a bunch of people just came and either donated and then left, or donated and stayed for a few sets. So it was awesome to see. It's a great feeling. And
you guys are role models, and it's like you're in high school, so sometimes maybe you don't want to hear that, but when you see how much it matters to the other kids in the school and want to support something you're doing, what's it mean to you?
I mean, you know, as athletes, we all support each other. Every single sport shows up to all the other sports as well. And we had a bunch of other sports teams show up that night, and it felt really great to have people there.
And Nick, the way it's kind of brought the girls and the boys together a little bit, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's been great. We've stayed after and watched all of their games when we can, because sometimes we have combination lights like we had with Stuff the Sal, and that's been really great. It really brings team chemistry up. Everybody's happy and excited.
All right, and as you can see by Nick's face, you know that baby powder that blocked out our cameras, all that, it was all Nick, every bit of it. This guy's, he's trouble. He's trouble. You're not going to go down the path of crime or anything, right?
No.
Okay. All right, thanks, guys. It was getting Stuff the Sal, and thanks to U.S. Cellular for letting us spotlight something great going on here at Muskego.
Thank you, folks. Yeah, volleyball players are trouble, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I know firsthand.
I
know firsthand. Yeah.
Other than Bo, he was never trouble.
Lasers got sacked. Lasers got a punt. And everyone going to back off and let it roll, and it'll kick out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Muskego, comfortably leading it 49-7.
Yeah, he's done all he could tonight, T. Kowalski. Certainly not for a lack of effort.
So just shy of midfield. And here is backup quarterback time. I don't have 17, Dan, do you? Ball's loose, and this is kind of what happens sometimes when the backups get in. It was recovered by Kettle Moraine. They'll get the football. Evan Rock jumps on top of it.
Yeah, I think that's Hunter Buchin, number 17.
Yeah, he tried to hand it off, and the exchange was not clean, as you could see. So, like a fire drill to go and get it. Rock recovered it. So, KM's ball at the 49-yard line of Muskego. And again, Lasers quarterback is, for the third series here, Pierce Eggstrom, the junior. Giving him some snaps, as well as Liam Rigo, getting some carries in the backfield.
Yeah, pretty much wholesale substitutions on both sides of the ball right now.
Second and 9. Eggstrom will just dump it off to Rigo. And gets it gobbled up at the 47. Stay tuned. Coming up shortly, the Pace Electric moment of the game. It's brought to you by Pace Electric. Saluting excellence and providing excellence in service. Visit paceelectric.com to learn more. And let's see it, Dan. Can you guess?
Scoop and score.
A lot of possibilities. Let's see if he was right.
Oh, no.
This sack just happened by Max Sauer. Third down for the Lasers. I was told that was not the right play, Dan.
I'm guessing that.
No. And that wasn't the right play either. We'll get it. We'll get it. Fourth down. All right. Take 2. Pace Electric. Electric moment of the game. What'd you say? What'd you think?
Scoop and score right here. Boop.
Yeah. First series of the game.
Thomas Gover.
Yep. And in the next series, Thomas had an INT. But this was kind of a theme. This is how it all started, right?
Yeah,
Kettle Moraine coughed it up.
Yep.
Muskego opportunistic.
Set the tone.
Defense, offense, special teams have all scored tonight for Muskego. And Kowalski with a nice punt. Going to roll and die at the 1. Nice boot, young man. Under 6 to go in this one. Muskego's going to get over 500 again, Dan. They're going to be 4-3, 2-3 in the Classic 8. KM's going to drop to 3-4, and they too will be 2-3 in the Classic 8.
Yeah, there are going to be some upsets in that Classic 8 before the end of this year.
I want to remind you to stay tuned as well as we'll salute the Cousins Subs fan of the game. Cousins Subs, better bread, better subs. Pearson's going to be giving food away. Our food, Dan.
Yeah, I want some of those beef sticks.
All these great sponsors, and I don't see a spread up here.
Nothing.
From anybody. No Weiss meats, no cousin subs, no Pops kettle corn.
That's the big one, Pops.
Come on.
Come on, Pops popcorn is the best.
You've stated your case, Coach. 2nd and 3, hand it off. Running room down the left side until Alex Hafer is gobbled up. Down to JP. I think I know what's coming.
All right, guys. Yes, we're very excited that Cousin Subs does salute our fan of the game. First of all, that young man right up there is responsible also for a lot of it. And how much baby powder was there? They actually had to cancel a couple flights at the airport. But Cousin Subs has a gift pack for, and he caught it. Yes, everybody. There we go. That is our fan of the game, and there's a gift card in there. Don't forget to grab the gift card and the hat and everything that's in. Show everything that's in there. And that is our Cousins. Yeah, there we go. Our Cousins fan of the game. And how do you feel about the future of America? It's right there. It's right there.
I know why that guy is excited. You know, because that's you know, he's got a lot of good swag going on.
Yeah.
I don't know why Pearson's yelling. John's getting caught up in the moment here. Nice run there by Hunter Franczyk. Yeah, look at that. That's a good look. Go with it. That was a first down run at the 29. Three minutes left. You like getting all these guys on the field, getting them some reps. And just don't want anybody to keep them healthy here the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Second and 8 here at the 32. Nice carry here. Sam Creel gets the first down.
Yeah, whether it's a starter, a backup, a second, third string, they all execute the same. You know, carry out the exact same fakes.
Yep.
Everything is so fundamentally sound.
I was kidding that they, when I said they run the wing T in the crib, but
yeah.
Not too far away. I mean,
No.
it is from the youth football program here in Muskego is top notch, and it is instilled from the very beginning that this is how the offense and the defense will look all the way through the youth program, because these kids are right. It's not deer in the headlights when they get to the varsity level.
No. A lot of programs that they'll run their offense based on their talent. Muskego kind of finds the talent that fits their offense, and then they develop it.
And it has worked many times over. Loose football, and I think Cam got it again. Yes, they did. Recovered by Tristan Fryat.
And they get one play off, and that may do it.
Yeah, if that. Tristan recovered the fumble there, Dan. He's listed as a kicker and punter, backup kicker and punter, getting some snaps on defense and getting a fumble recovery. So. Yeah, Lasers might not even run a play here. We shall see. It'll just be Rigo taking the snap. Backward pass to the quarterback, and Eggstrom goes down, and that's how this one's going to end. Well, it was lopsided.
Yeah.
And again, some self-inflicted wounds by the guys in white and blue and gold. Coach Mack not happy with the performance tonight. A lot of things to clean up before they have their next game next Friday night, as the fireworks go off here on a festive occasion. Again, Kettle Moraine back in Wales next week, face Pewaukee, and a big one for this Muskego squad. They'll try to carry the momentum to Oconomowoc next Friday night. Handshakes around, final score 49-7. The Warriors over the Lasers. We'll come back to hand out a bunch of other things, meats and popcorn and who knows what else when we return.
Looking for me? We deliver. Yes. What's up? Delivery. Oh my God. What we do, what we do, what we do. 80 cents delivery on me.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic.
But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
Back here in Muskego, it was a festive atmosphere all night long, and the guys on the field, they made it even more festive. Let's send it down to John Pearson once again. It's time for our Pops Kettle Corn Player of the Game. John?
Well, when you put that many points on the board, it's hard to believe it's a defensive guy that really made a big part of it. But Thomas Gover, absolutely, it looked like Kettle Moraine was going to move the ball on you all night long, and then you made plays, including a scoop and score and interception. Talk about responding when it looked like this might be a tough night defensively.
I don't know. We just practiced all in this week. I mean, we have Coach Lucchese and Coach Koenig. They put us in every situation possible, and they're just the best coaches in the state at defense. We got the best. We got the best D line in the state. Our whole team just works harder than everyone else. We're just we put in a lot of work in the off season and during the season, and we just go out and have a ball and have fun.
And to make that play that kind of turns it around, what are we in for? To have that moment and make it happen here. What was going through your mind, and to turn around and see everybody just going nuts for you?
The only thing that was going through my mind was the end zone and turning around and just partying with my boys.
Okay, and obviously they're not used to losing streaks out here. Why didn't this season get away? Because if tonight would have gone badly, it could have been a rough one, and they take their football pretty seriously here. Why were you guys so mentally ready for this game when they're not used to losing streaks out here?
We're locked in. We're always locked in. We've had some the past weeks. That's over. It's not going to happen again. We're a new team, and we're going to keep dominating.
Is there pressure to growing up here and playing football, or what is it? Maybe it's just a good pressure.
It's just a good pressure. I mean, just go out and play ball. It's just really all it is. It's just playing football. So we all grown up playing.
And if you wonder why he's bouncing back and forth, because he just wants to go celebrate with his team, and he has some doofus interviewing him here as Muskego gets the big win tonight. And what's it mean to you to get this win against a rival like Kettle Moraine?
It means everything. I mean, they took something from us last year, and we just wanted it back more than them, and we just work harder than them.
All right, I'll let you go celebrate, and I'll get out of the way. That's our player of the game, the Pops Kettle Corn player of the game, Thomas Gover, and Muskego. They're celebrating here tonight, guys.
Thanks, John. You had me at Goober. Appreciate it. Yeah, he touched on it, Dan.
Yeah.
They're not used to having things, coming into this game. So they needed a win like this to feel good about themselves again, and I think they do.
Oh, you hit that nail on the head. They feel great about themselves right now, and I know they're going into a Hornets Nest next week. But I think you're going to find a confident Muskego team heading over there.
Mm-hmm. Well said. All right, that'll do it for Week 7 of the Thursday Night Throwdown. That'll do it for us. For my partner, Dan Brunner. For John Pearson. For our entire terrific crew. This is Bob Brainerd saying so long from Muskego High School. Once again, the final score, the Warriors over the Lasers, 49-7. Next week, next Thursday night, it'll be a dandy in the North Shore as the Homestead Highlanders will take on the Slinger Owls. Kickoff is 7 p.m. right here on the Thursday Night Throwdown. You can stream it live any place your heart desires. The preceding has been a presentation of WSS Sports Stream. Good night, Wisconsin.